Hey, welcome back to another Hockey Nation live show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on amazing great Thursday night, September 18, 2025. Hopefully an amazing great day. Ready to talk about its fun news around the NHL. The training camp everywhere is open. And then I'm going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, day number 2. And that time was on the ice, and you got a lot of action on the ice. First by the Martin St. Louis pass to action with his drill, and then we have a scrimmage, Team Red versus Team White. We're going to give you a little bit more what happened during that scrimmage, and of course, we're going to talk about the three group of the Montreal Canadiens, ABC, and the way they did it. You can see by the way the group are made by the head coach Martin St. Louis. He already predict a little bit more his plan for the upcoming season. So we're going to talk about this tonight. And of course, the subject is right here. Martin St. Louis line plan is already set up at the day number 2 of the Montreal Canadiens training camp. We invite you, please don't forget to subscribe to the Hockey Nation. Keep moving forward. Like Jeff Gordon said, we try to reach the 10,000 subscribers before the beginning season. It will be a long shot. We're missing about 150, 55, I believe. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But hopefully we can reach that level. And ready to talk about Montreal Canadiens. We have a few people knock the door tonight. Welcome, all of you. Don't forget, click on the like I mentioned. RJ Calabro already delivered some news and update on football, baseball, hockey. Claude Richard dans la capitale de Ottawa, dans la capitale du Canada, dans la région d'Ottawa. De retour avec nous ce soir, mon Claude, assis dans le couch de living room. Yankees lead 3-0. Luke, welcome back in the house. Triple W is with us tonight. Glad to see you, my friend. Hopefully an amazing, great day. Football, the Dolphins 7, the Bills 0. Frenchy knocked the door. Welcome back, Frenchy. I'm watching football right now, by the way. And the Blue Jays lost by the score is 4-0 today. Now we talk about Mr. Julien from Waterloo, back in the house tonight. Notre ami Guy is with us tonight. We have to go to Sherbrooke to welcome and open the door to the most optimistic fans of the Montreal Canadiens. Philippe Bryan is in the house, and my man Demigod will smoke the NHL this year. Rundwick Kings back in the house. The first moderator, second about the Los Angeles Kings and the team Utah follow. We're going to talk about the Kings because we have a big news came from the team today about NZ Kopitar. Guy Pizza. Salut mon homme, j'espère que tout va bien. Je crois que Pizza est dans la région de Montreal. Could be wrong. Zeph Lecab from Vietnam. Welcome back. Maybe Philippine. I don't know where you at. If you are Vietnam or Philippine, Zeph, but whatever you are, good morning, happy Friday for you and me. Why? The squad of Thailand is in the house, Mr. Roy, back in the house, hopefully doing well. Did not rain a lot, Roy, the last 24 hours, so that's good news here. And correct. Henry, back in the house. Welcome back, Henry. I did not know if you joined us or not on the fantasy hockey. Let me know in the chat. Just tell yes or no. That's okay. We try to looking for new manager. We have, of course, one, and then we have a Philippine for now. Here we go, Zeph, Philippine. Do you like it? Some people told me Vietnam is a little bit better. I'm not thinking to go there yet, but if it's happening, I try to figure out what is the best, Vietnam or Philippine for right now. I will request my spot to A2. All right, Mr. Henry. To Blake live 2 blocks away from me. Here we go. To Blake. We took a conversation, me and Roger Bouchard, about to Blake a couple of days ago. Yeah, to Blake, a great career as a hockey player with the Montreal Canadiens. play on the line, I believe, with Elmer Lack and Maurice Richard. Could be wrong, but I think I'm right. And then you have has a great coach for the Montreal Canadiens. TH is in the house. Took a couple of news around about the New York Islanders today. Look like Matthew Schaeffer have already a great camp. Schaeffer, the first round pick in 2025. He did not play for a couple of months last season, but he is already set up to have a good year with the New York Islanders. Play with the main field as a pairing at the camp. Shabanab is looking good also. Peugeot Drouin on the first line with Horvat, if I can recall it. So Patrick Roy make some move right already at the beginning of the camp. New York Islanders going to be a team to follow. Varlamov is not ready yet, but he practiced with the goalie coach this morning. Varlamov, he recovered from an injury. Tried to be ready for the upcoming season. Many injuries around the league. I'm going to give you those information the next couple of minutes. Mark Elliott, welcome back. This is the time when Guerrero need to put the team on his back and lead the way. And does not. Secondly, the last 2 days, they lost both games, and the only thing I can see is the offensive is not there right now for the Jays, but I could be wrong. Billy knocked the door for Nova Scotia. Tonight is the opening night in the QM, and that game is a Newfoundland for the new team they call the Régiment, and sold out. For the Régiment, it looked like you have a lot of vibes in Newfoundland, and we know the QM did try to make a team there a couple of years ago, did not turn to be good. But at that time, from Stéphane Leroux, mentioned looking good right now for the Régiment, and the organization is solid. So we'll see what's happening about him. Jordan is in the house. You look great, Coach. Thank you so much for the scream. You're welcome. I don't know, I look great, but sometime I want to change the look, but we'll come back. Now, forget, guys, you don't know, but Montreal play Monday and Tuesday next week at 7 o'clock p.m. for the two first exhibition game next week. Monday and Tuesday, the Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that's what we got, guys. Like we do at the beginning of the show, we always do the headlights of the night, like right here. And tonight I have a special one, and I want to talk about Martin St. Louis. Action Speak. What are you talking about? A couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, he talked about the fact like the players have to be ready compared for what happened last year for the main camp. He said he was responsible of the bad camp they have last season. Now was not prepared is the way happening during the camp. Injuries, Rebacker, Liney, and he was a bit worried to put his player on the ice at the game the exhibition. And then he started with a 5-9-2, I believe. And he felt like he was responsible of that situation. So he said, this year I'm going to be ready. And he prepared his players yesterday to tell them the fun is over. The way he said the fun is about it. During the summer, guys, they can play on the, on the ice every single day and play, practice, and they have a drill. But the intensity is not 100%. And Martin Louis explained to them yesterday, you have to be ready. It's going to start tomorrow and won't be the day it starts. We have to push, and that's exactly he did today. He is not only a talk-to-talk yesterday, he is walk-to-walk, and he put the team already on skating at the beginning. Many players was like, try to recover, breathe a little bit better, and he applied some drill on the beginning of the first hour before with the Group A, and then he did the scrimmage with the Group B and C, and he want them to be ready for the upcoming season, not like they did last season. If they have a good start last year, the playoff will be late. It'll be easier for them during the end of the season. We know we have to wait until the last game of the year to have a participate to the playoff 2025. So Martin St-Louis is really on a mission right now. He wants to prepare his player ready not only for exhibition game, but the game number 1 of the season 2025-2026, October 8th, again the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's happening, guys, today. And I mentioned to you, Martin St-Louis right now, he is ready. Season number 4 for him. This is the best year for him to have option player. This is the most talented, skilled player he never had before. And he wants to be sure the player understand right away at the beginning. He did it. So it was a great start of the day number 2 on Montreal. And Pete Martin is in the house, followed by Roger Bouchard. Welcome, both of you. Thanks to be a part of the show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes and subscribe to the Hockey Nation live show. It was my headline of the Montreal Canadiens tonight. From Martin St-Louis. Following by that, we do always the NHL news. We want to fire up, guys. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm alone tonight, and I will try to do 90 minutes with all of you. And we have extra. We'll go to 2 hours like we do every single night. Thursday night, sometimes a little bit difficult on the viewers here at the show. By the way, and August, starting in July, after the 2 weeks after the hockey, the UFA drop, usually for my first 5 years, it's normal. You have less viewers and you drop a little bit and the subscriber is, not much, everything, because hockey is really low. And then the people, summertime, they do other things, and that's just normal. But you have a study right now, and happening August 9 or 8, and the YouTube. I said that, like, I cannot make, and I start to do video right now for the long video for about 10 minutes, because my viewers on my video would drop. And I said, I try to figure out what, is it me, what the content, what's going on? It's all over the board and the YouTube channel. The creator right now get hit badly by the transformation of different, not rules, of the algorithms they use, and we hit hard. Like usually, a good creator would get like 70,000 impressions. That's a statistic number, and the next day he got only 34 or 65. That was like, something is wrong here. So they have a transformation right now on the YouTube channel, and it is what it is. So but we have to push, and we have to show up, and we have to keep to be here every single night. Nothing will stop me. It's no matter what YouTube does. For me, it's important to show up, because you are the reason I show up every single night. So let's move on, guys, from the next thing to talk about, the NHL news. First of all, we have a couple of things to talk about for the NHL news tonight, and hopefully everybody is ready for that. News for the NHL, but it's happening. It was a rumor all summer. You had front player like Malkin, Kopitar, and Ovechkin. Maybe could be the last year. This season could be the last season in NHL for them. And Kopitar confirmed this today. After Kershaw did for the Dodgers, Kopitar announced going to be his last season in NHL 2025-2026. The man played over 1,200 games in NHL, and at 1,400, he's going to cross the 1,500 game this year, and then he is about approximately 30 points to reach 1,500 points. Look, Kopitar have a really great career in NHL. Unfortunately, I believe he was underrated in NHL. I don't know if he was playing the Rangers or Toronto or Montreal or on the east side, it would be more recognized as an excellent hockey player, Anze Kopitar. And that would be another icon left the building for the Los Angeles Kings after the Captain Brown did it a couple of years ago. Then after Capital, we have to look about Drew Doughty for the Kings. But there will be a change for this organization, and I'm a little bit concerned about the Kings for the future at long term. Why? Because the pipeline is not big. Look what they have on the defensemen. It's good, but not great. Yes, I know what they did, what they accomplished before. It's a team is really old now. They give big contract at front players, and then they have to negotiate with Kempe. That said, for the next 5 years, this is a team are going to have, at least for the next 2 years, take a big decision. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? A retools, a rebuild. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the goaltending situation is, it's good, but it's not great. And the pipeline is not on the goaltending. The defense is okay. This is a team I'm really concerned for the next 3 years. What are you going to do for the Kings? But we have to see what's happening. Yes, Pete, for the winter. Marco knocked the door. This you confirm, coach, is the desktop mute, not contained by YouTube. They tried to figure out. I listened. I watched the video you sent to me. Then I jump in for others. And they don't know yet. They try to get the right answer about the YouTube channel, but it is what it is. I need HL. I learned too much. Thanks. Join for you. Thanks so much. Michael Kershaw is also retired at the end of the season. You're right about that. Kershaw, excellent left pitcher in the MLB for him. Captain talked to Brown about retiring and what he did. I thought Brown was surprised. Captain, I signed a 2-year deal. RDP is in the house. Yeah, right about that. So that's happening, guys, for Capital. Let's move on for the next. I want to talk about NHL rumor. Now, let's talk about the injuries. But after that, I want to talk about rumor and NHL. First of all, sent yesterday, every GM do a media press conference before the beginning of the training camp, and many of them talked the last 2 days, and I tried to pick it up left and right. But yesterday we announced a couple of injuries around the league. It's just more for today. The minister announced Zuccarello is going to miss a couple of days with some kind of injury. Laurent Brossoit, I follow the Chicago Blackhawks. He's been very quiet all summer. We did not talk. We know he missed completely a full year last year with the Blackhawks after he signed a contract as a UFA, left the Winnipeg Jets, and they was looking for him. But again, another surgery during summer is going to be another long-term injury. It's possible Brossoit is going to be out for 2 years back-to-back and sign as a UFA. It is what it is. Edmonton, after Zach Hyman broke his wrist against a Dallas Star at the playoff, he was out for the final. Looked like he's not going to be ready for October. So expect him to play only in November. Again, the Edmonton Oilers looking very different compared last season. Lost many players like Albertson, Skinner, Edmonton Kane. And then they add a couple of players, prospect maybe join them, Matthew Savoie and Isaac Howard. Same situation with the goaltending. Both of them, Skinner and Picard. Ekholm, he's ready or not for the 100%. That's something we have to follow. This is a team really interesting to watch for the upcoming season if they're going to return again for the third time on the final Stanley Cup. And the biggest question is about Connor McDavid. Next one for the NHL injury. It's Washington Capitals. The number one, Evan Skin already leave the ice. Not a big problem. It's just a little bit more caution. Same situation with the Vegas Golden Knights with the all-star players. Jack Eichel. Look like Bruce Cassidy announced he's going to be only day today. And we'll see if he's going to return already tomorrow. something we have to follow up, but not major concern for the Washington Capitals and the Vegas Golden Knights about the All-Star. We know Eichel is on his final year contract for the upcoming season. We expect at least a $14-15 million signature possible for Jack Eichel. The New Jersey Devils announced Noisen and out for weeks to weeks for the New Jersey. Then we know they have already a couple of players not start, like Max Strom. Last chance got hurt during the prospect showcase last week. And the Devils are going to be still negotiate with Luke Hughes. We talked about this yesterday with Jim Beringer. No news about Luke Hughes yet, but this is a player like we have to wait what will happening with him before the beginning of the season. Talking about the young prospect, Alexander Olds. This is really interesting. He was drafted by the New Jersey Devils. I believe I could be wrong. I thought he was 10, but it could be 11 or 12. Whatsoever. Alexander Olds was a lot expectation to join the NHL. He was a great scorer, good skater, but he never adapt with the NHL. He never find a way to be that player. And he was drafted top 12, I believe. Whatsoever. He was traded to the Vegas last year. And this year it was a RFA. And the Vegas don't want to give him any contract. Anyhow, he signed a PTO today with the team. It's sad to see that, but that's proof, guys. One thing, I'm doing a study case right now, and it would take me, I believe, at least 1 week or maybe more. So I'm doing right now a big project for the Hockey Hot Stove. And the project's about the NHL draft from round number 3 to round number 7. How many players for each team reach a minimum of game in NHL? What a percentage of players get drafted between 3rd round to the 7th make the NHL? That said, they have specific 400 game to be considered as a good pick. The last from year 1920, I dropped a 200 game for them. And then the goaltending, you have to play at minimum a 150 game in NHL to be considered a good pick. And then I calculate how many picks they have for the last 25 years at the round number 3, number 4, number 5, and I classify each team, the success about that. I want to figure out what Montreal pick. If you look about Montreal, Canadiens give you an idea. In the last 25 years, Thomas Plekanec, Brennan Gallagher, Yannick Weber, Jake Evans. He's still not a 400 game, but he has 350. So that player I'm taking is going to reach it. So I'm working on that kind of project, and that remind me what happened with Olds. Honestly, it's not the only one. We can mention every year a player does not make the team or never make the NHL, but I think it will be a great project for me to do. M&M is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Don't forget, please, to click on likes. Mr. A2 knocked the door after he finished his cooking. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like, subscribe, and ask me question. I'm here for you for 24 for the next 2 hours approximately. The build, the score, touchdown. Is it 7-7 or 14 or 13-6? I don't 7. I don't know. Yeah, look like it's 13-7 for the Bills. Next news, guy, is McDavid, another RFA like Luke Hughes. He's skating right now with the Ottawa 67 and the OHL. McDavid on negotiation. They look like the Ducks won a long-term contract. The McDavid won a shorter contract, a bridge contract. We don't know. We know what happened with Travis Zegras before. The negotiation with Bad Verbeek is difficult, and we have to wait. But 2 players we're looking for before the beginning of the season for me is really Luke Hughes and McDavid. What kind of contract you're going to have and that would change a little bit more the direction of different team about the other player on the final year contract as a RFA. We talk about Lane Hutson, Adam Fantilli, Leo Carlson, Will Smith, and there's going to be a new wave of the deal for the next couple of years. I make another project 2 days ago about the salary cap, and for the next decade, it's going to be a $170 million. That's crazy. And I make all the kind of stats about the percentage of each player or the cap percentage and what is the max for 20%. And you're going to see players get $20, $25 million the next 5-6 years in NHL. And that's the reason if the cap is increasing like that every single year at $7.8 to $8.2 million, the player are a little bit concerned to sign a long deal, like the deal of Nick Ski at $29.30. It would be approximately only 5-6% on the salary cap. That's not make sense. If he become the player we expect, he should be about 10 or 11%. The best player right now is at 14 or 13% on the cap percentage. That's the reason right now we have a waiting game and a game where the player doesn't want to sign the first. They want to see what will be the next big contract, and then they can adjust with that. And that's the way right now what's going on in NHL. Roger Delaney is in the house. Chicken is oven. Here we go. I love it. A2. The project coach look forward to getting the result. And the Habs are, thanks so much, my friend. Pete Martin is unmatched by any other hockey YouTube channel. Thanks so much, Pete Martin, also for that comment. I appreciate a lot, both of you. I want to talk about two rumors in NHL. And, like, I'm not only does the Montreal Canadiens anymore, I'm doing all other projects. And one of the things that NHL rumor is about which team could get Ramis Anderson. The Calgary Flames right now are in the middle of the pack. It's not good. And they have to find out if they're going to retool quick or they're going to rebuild. They get a 2-year contract at Batlam. They stop with Ubaldo. Super chat. Goal number 1. Bart is in the house. After a long time, Bart is not with us. We miss you, buddy. First of all, again, I always said the same thing. It's not about the money, the amount. It's about your heart. And for me, this is all about. And I want to tell you, my friend, thanks so much. You scored the first goal of the game of the night. Here we go. Super chat number 1, goal by Mr. Bartolo. Welcome back, my friend. Thanks again. The first goal is, of course, on the same line like Guy got an assist, and her friend Billy got an assist. Billy and Guy are on the same line together. They just change the center back sometimes, so that's the reason behind that. So thanks so much, my friend Bart, on this first goal of the night. I appreciate a lot for that one. And I have another conversation with another creator yesterday about, I want to reach the 10,000, everything. And then I said, I'm stuck at 40, 30, 50 viewers per live stream. I'm not at the same level like other blah, 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 everything like that. And he told me something. And he said, look, you better to have 50 people, viewers. They are there for you at to get maybe 200 if they don't really care about you. So I said, you may be right about that. So I said, that's a good mindset to be, remember how much grateful, thankful I need to be for all of you to be with me every single night. Because maybe we are small, but one thing we are, sometimes like a hockey team, a team win, it's not about the talent, the skill. It's about the chemistry. It's about they're all in. And they work hard like together. And that's who we are here. We work hard together. And we enjoy to be here. That's a good thing. So Mr. Roger Denis scored a second goal of the game. Back-to-back goal for the Hockey Nation. Merci beaucoup, mon ami Roger. Roger Denis, second goal with the second goal of the game. You're welcome, my friend. Here we go. Let's do it again. We got a second goal of the game. That time scored by Mr. Roger Delaney. A great backhand shot. I'm going to give that to Triple W for his performance with us this week. Mr. Triple W, follow me and join my podcast with the Cat and Rats on that one. So thank you so much on this one. I'm going to get an assist to Pete Martin on that one for the second goal of the game. Roger Delaney. So let's go back to Remus Anderson. So I said, okay, Remus Anderson is on final year contract. Carrying at 4.7. Right defenseman, a lot of demand for right defenseman. He's going to get trade. Now, trade for Remus Anderson, all right. The Montreal Canadiens gave a 2 first-round pick for Dobson. I know Anderson is a bit older. I know he's going to be UFA. But he's looking to get trade to a young team on the rebuilding side, or they have a lot of assets, or he's going to be traded to a team going to try to win a Stanley Cup. This is going to be the really direction what he's going to do. He has 2 directions right there. Chicago, San Jose, not Anaheim. I think San Jose is a team have assets to trade for Remus Anderson. Chicago have assets for trade for Remus Anderson. Or Vegas without Pietrangelo. Can't he plug again the first-round pick? And the pipeline is not strong with that. They still have now Trevor Connelly. Is it good enough to trade with Calgary? Can a team like the Carolina Hurricane are good on defense, but they're missing a right defenseman? Can they plug someone there to trade another young prospect to them and give them the first-round pick? Is it good enough for the Carolina Hurricane? I don't know. But they are right now, for me, a really player to watch for the next couple of weeks and see what could happen for them. HM Kia from New Zealand. Welcome back to be able to listen. We work on the Friday afternoon. Welcome, my friend. Thanks to be a part of the show. And I'm glad to see you. Remember, see you a couple of times here, by the way, New Zealand. We are on tail end on the morning. So that's going to happen for Remus Anderson. One, I decided to do Remus Anderson. So, okay, the big subject guy is Kaprizov. I still believe Kaprizov will stay with that wall, but if he leave the building, the wall want to get it. Could be the same thing with McDavid. Which team the player want to go? He is willing to go with a team where the team is on rebuilding side and they're looking better and better and better, or they want to go with a better team where they have better chance to win the Stanley Cup, but they need money. Like Edmonton cannot get Kaprizov and McDavid together. Both them looking for $15 to $17 million. Which team is willing to put the money on the table and to get that kind of players? Can the Carolina try to do that? Can the Carolina trade Jarvis, Nishikin, a first-round pick for Kaprizov? Is it my team make that team better? I don't know. Or a team like Chicago can trade one of the top prospect defensemen, example, Korchinski, Lechinov. I'll be hard for Lechinov to leave the Chicago, but Korchinski, example. And then maybe Oliver Moore, and maybe add Nick Lardis, example. Can San Jose trade Will Smith for Kaprizov and their first-round pick? But the player is willing to get there, to go there, or they say, no, I want to go with the Rangers because the Rangers could be a better team with me. But the Rangers, who they have to give to them. So this is going to be really interesting to follow up. This is the really, guys, there are three things happening in 25-26. The contract of the big players. This is a new wave right now. We never see in NHL. We don't have only one or two players. We have right now McDavid, Kaprizov, Eichel, Connors. Many RFA superstars going to be the next 5 years on the final year contract. And I forget other UFA, by the way. The increasing salary cap, it's a new wave right now in NHL. And then you have with that, the 2026 NHL draft is solid. It's good NHL draft. The one can get McKenna. This is going to be a really great team after that. And who's going to drop the glove? Their players to go down at the end to pick the top three for the upcoming season NHL draft. Is it Nashville? He said, you know what? We're going to trade Forsberg. Or maybe trade Roman Hosey. Or maybe trade Zaros to go down more. And you know what? Now it's time to rebuild. Destroy the castle here. Is it possible with a small market? I don't know. But not only trade Forsberg, but trade Hosey. What happened with Pittsburgh? We talked all summer about Crosby, but are willing to trade Ross, Malkin, Raquel, and to go down more and more. I don't know. But this is going to be, guys, one of the year we're going to shake our head. Expect this early in November, well, at the end of November. Team are going to go down a couple of times. And can San Jose, Chicago repeat to pick again? At some point, the NHL need to find something, guys. They cannot give the same team to draft 3 years, I believe, maximum, pick number 1, pick number 2, pick number 3. If they make a rules of a team cannot win the lottery 2 times for 5 years period, they cannot let a team select 3 times, more at 3 times on the top 3 of the NHL draft. That would be something I would really push for that one for this. But we have to see right there. LA is going to need a star after Kaprizov. Maybe they move on Kaprizov. Everetta is not a center. That's a good point here, Mark. If the Kings trade for them, they're not going to get Fiala back, first of all. But Kempe, Byfield, Laferrière, it's limited at the Kings, guys. They have a couple of good players, but the prospect is not big. Bob Smith isn't Dallas. It depends. Dallas Kaprizov want to lights on him, or is he going to California? Yeah, good point right there. I'm not liking the Kaprizov situation. LA will have 70 million to play with next season. Take out what Kemp will get. Good point. Cannot let the team continue to tank. Yes, I suspect Kaprizov want to leave Minnesota. It's called a very little cultural things there. You know what surprised me today or yesterday when I was watching the Winnipeg Jets, the boys, they was talking about Kyle Connors want to stay in Winnipeg. First, it's very close with Hellebuck. Hellebuck signed a long deal. He liked to fishing and hunting. Winnipeg's all about. So it looked like Kyle Connor go nowhere. I thought Chicago could be a very good attraction team to have, but to go. But look like right now, hold on, hold his Kaprizov. He's about 28, 29. 28 game confirmed. Here we go. How many times, Maurice, welcome back. I apologize. I saw you, Maurice, a little bit early. I don't know what you talk about before that, but welcome. Another member of the squad of Thailand, Maurice Robillard, guys. What a great guy, guys. You talk about a good guy, a good heart, a good person. That's Maurice Robillard. We have many of you like him in the chat. But Maurice, guy, I met him 2 times, and this man is a good guy. Anyhow, how many times in row did the others get top 5 pick back in the days? But that came the rules for the 2 time and the top 5 rules. It was the middle of 2013, 11, 10, 14, 15. You talk about INH. You talk about McDavid. You talk about Tyler Hall, Jordan Eberle. And so that's right. And I think that's the reason when I'm talking about going to LA son about right at the age 28. Martin Besnet for Waterloo. Caprisa want too much money for one to bring, and he's not a center, Martin. Yeah, for Montreal, I don't say. Bob, no problem, my friend. Martin, welcome back. So this is a bit what happening, guys, for the NHL. I'm going to consist to give you every night a couple of minutes for NHL. Is a part of the Hockey Nation. It is very important to talk about this. But now, it's time for what, Coach? It's showtime. The Bleu, Blanc, Rouge. It's Montreal news. Everything I check one of those owners, number 1 pick may have been the worst ever, Yakupov. I forgot about Yakupov. You're absolutely right about this, Mark. And let's wait. Maybe not being money, just want to leave Minnesota like Dobson asked anyone to leave strategy. Possible also, Yankees 7, Orioles 0 from Mr. RJ. RJ is going to be at the high school game tonight for the Woodridge team. Okay, Montreal. Mind Camp day number 2 happening today at the Brassard at the CNC or CNN, I don't remember, of the Brassard at the complex. Let's see what I got for you guys. They have Martin St-Louis divide the team in 3. They have 60 players, I believe, and they have ABC. Every day, they have 1 team practice, and then they have a scrimmage. 2 team, 2 group play each other. That's happening, guys, all the time. But we passed a couple of weeks together, guys, talking about the line, who play together, who does this. You're welcome, Maurice. A pleasure, mon ami. Darrell is in Dallas. Welcome back, Darrell. Thanks to be a part of the show. And this happening, guys, today. This is a 3 group. Martin St-Louis, he said he's going to step up this year for the camp. He's going to make a better camp. And one thing he did, and let's see a little bit more closer on each group. Group A, Arsenault, Blais, Doc, Dauphin, Demidov, Deneen, Tomlap, Kurianov, Kapanen, Laine, Thorpe, Tok, Veleno, and Jekai. We have a full line. Patrick Laine, Kirby Doc, Evan Demidov. 1, 2, 3 together. After that, you have anybody play in NHL under the fact like Joe Veleno. The rest are all Laval Rocket. Blais did not play NHL last year. That's Group A right there. But interesting there is Oliver Kapanen and Florent Jekai. On defense, on the Group A guy, Del Gaison, Cooley, Hutson, Louis-Jean, Martin, Prats, Rebacker. Interesting there. You have 2 players play in NHL last year, Cooley and Hutson. The rest is junior or Laval Rocket. Rebacker, part of this group. Group B now. Anderson, Beck, Budzik, Davidson, Estapa, Evans, Gallagher, Kidney, Newhook, Simoneau. What this telling me? This is the bottom six of the Montreal Canadiens. Anderson, Budzik, Evans, Gallagher, Newhook. The rest is the Laval Rocket. The defense, Carrier, Clermont, O'Rourke, Strouble, Jekai. What this telling me? Third pairing for Montreal Canadiens, defenseman. Finally, Group C. Belzile, Caufield, Condotta, Farrell, Mézard, Mienscom, Rover, Roy, Sarkowski, Suzuki. What this line telling me? That's group. First line together. The rest, all Laval Rocket. Defensemen, Thompson, Madison, Engstrom, Paquette, Willie. This is about Dobson and Madison together. So Group A, you have Cooley, Hutson, and Group C, you have Madison and Dobson. And the middle, you have the third pairing, Carrier, Strouble, and Jekai. Right there, the subject of the night, guys, it was this. Martin Saint-Louis line plan. And he did it right away today. He showed to the people, this is what we got. And they gave the opportunity to get a quick chemistry together. First day of on the ice for the training camp. I don't think Bia is making the team. Blaine make the team. Bob, yeah, Mark, a lot of Habs fans want him because he play in the queue. I just saw Habs TV, Liney, Doc, our transform player goalie said Doc 20 is about to off with him. Martin Besnet, Florent Jacquard is very impressive, will make the team because of his physique on the ice. Guy, this is all about, right, Coach Guy? Wash, depend if they see Grits and missing Bob Smith, other ex-low on, say, Villano might stay. Maurice Notice, Martin Saint-Louis put Liney, Demidov, and Daka on the same squad. Bob Florent have the better chance. Let's see what we got here. Maybe miss one of the tech. Correct, Bob. Refusing 17 million is insane. Darrell, okay. I got that. Welcome back, Darrell. Direct. So, that gave you guys an idea what's going on with Martin Saint-Louis and the formation right there. Now, what is very interesting for me is Owen Beck, Kapanen, and Jekai. 3 center, 2 right shoulder, 1 left shoulder. It's Jekai. Kapanen and Beck. What is surprised me, they took Beck to play with 2 NHL players, Budzik and Newhook. And they put Kapanen, Jekai on the Group A with American hockey players. I don't know that would be the same tomorrow. We're going to check every day the line. But is it give us an idea, or what they try to do is to give a chance to Owen Beck? I'm not sure. But it's something we have to look about. There's still too many in camp. One does Laval come start. It will start the first week in October. So next week they stay together. At the end of the September and the beginning of the October marker. You were spot on about the Group B. Bob, even back have better chance. Veneno, I'm sorry, triple W on this one. The team would be limited by Montembeault. Not Montembeault fans. Good goalies, but one win you a series. I like this, Bob, putting your most close starting lineup would be that bad start last year killed them. Left center, he will start. Joe Villano, talk about him. So that was something to check. Now, sorry about that. The defense pairing. He already set up his pairing, guys. We all thought Goulet, Dobson together. We almost confirmed this all summer. I'm the one did it too. I followed the boat. But not Martin Saint-Louis. He put together Mike Madison and Dobson. He put together Caden Coley and Lane Hutson. And then he had the three men, the Carrier, Trouble, and Jekai. They already know, guys, and they knew that. Rebacker, Engstrom are going to Laval. Whatever they do, whatever they have a bad Cam, Trouble, or Jekai, this is already set up. The plan is already there. It is what it is. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with anything there. But this is already confirmed today for me. It's just maybe switch the defenseman. But right now, Martin Saint-Louis gave you right there a direction. The fans of Montreal does not like Mike Madison. They are on his back. Martin Saint-Louis loves Mike Madison. So we have to wait. I like the group C. Joshua Roy, Marshall, he can play with those guys. In my book, too many players at this camp, 40 would be C. Guys, I check everyone. Everyone. Toronto, 60 players. Colorado, 54. 57, I believe. Chicago, same number. They all are approximately 55. And that's okay. And that's why I will give you the reason why they do that, guys. First, Laval Rocket start very soon. Second, they want to see what they look like. Third, you cannot have only two groups. It's not good enough. With two groups, you do only scrimmage, and that's it. Or you make a day no scrimmage. Like Monday and Tuesday next week, you have a back-to-back game, exhibition game. You don't want to use the same player both game. That said, that's the reason. Now, 60, is it high? Maybe. But 55 for me. So for 5 players on the group, you better to have 2 group, 3 group, split them. The way they did for me, this perfect right now. They have each line have 1 line, the second line, the first line, and the middle, you have to the bottom 6 right there. That's perfect. With that. If Madison and Thompson go up against the other team, first line, they will get exposed on defense. Martin Saint-Louis gave an opportunity for players to see where they are at compared to NHLer. He always mentioned it. Maria totally agree. Bob, for now, but I see a defense with DD. A natural truth, but think Martin will do those matchup local game. If Saint-Louis will switch the pairing by game 10, Coley, Dobson. Yes, possible, and that's okay. But at least he stopped what he has right now. They have a plan. They figure out what they think is the best for them, and they go from there. But have nothing wrong to change after that. For that. The next one, guys. Doc is the second center. Right now, they put a tag on his jersey, and you go second center. The word is, Caden Coley said he trained all summer. Maxime Truma said for the dans les coulisses, and the guy does all the report for the Montreal, Doc not looking good. Now, Doc is looking good right now. Doc practiced today on the regular jersey. They put a plan for him. That said, it's not going to put Kirby Dak on the, it's going to be at 60 points. He's going to be at the top players, and he's going to be play 82 games. We have to wait. We have to see. Martin Saint-Louis talk about one word, consistency. Consistency. He wants players to be more consistency every single day. And he's targeting players for that. Sakaski, Kirby Dak, Alex Newhook, many others for the Montreal Canadiens. Zeb just got a text from Martin Louis. He told me, I know nothing about hockey and I should keep my mouth shut. Do you agree? Martin Louis won't be afraid to adjust what is not working. Absolutely about that. Bob, one thing he does, and one thing he said, my job is to find solution. So he did it when the system did not work last year, the hybrid, and he modified that. So we have to see what happened in positivities win game. But the next thing I want to talk about, guys, is this. Today you have a game between the red and the white. Final score, red 2, white 0. But who are they? But it was the red, it was the group C, and the white was the group B. Sakiski scored a goal, and Miascom scored a goal. That's all. But it was B versus C, like I said. For what I heard, and I don't know, it's only the first game. We're not going to scream, hey, we're not going to panic about that. But no chemistry between Bolduc, Beck, and Newhook. It was not looking good together. Again, we're not going to make a big thing about that. Sakiski have a good game today. They play well, and we have to wait. But the big news was really about the fact like Bolduc, Beck, Newhook was not chemistry. Now, it's not looking good for Owen Beck. Owen Beck does not have a great showcase last weekend. We know that, we said that, and we recognize that. First scrimmage, he played with better hockey player. Does not work again. Again, nothing wrong tomorrow. They bring Kapanen on the group B. They won't do it. But expect possible Beck can remove and change with a center right there. We have to wait about this. Francois is in the house. Hopefully, this year grouping is much better than last year camp. Yeah, I agree with you, Maurice, about that. Bob was talking about the parent, but your example is good, coach. You're welcome, my friend. Of course, the chemistry won't happen and to practice. Hello, coach. Hello, coach. Hello, Gary Conway. Best driver, the UPS is in the house. I was dreaming Montreal won the Stanley Cup. Here we go, Butch. You're not going to dream in the next 6 years. Just kidding. But this happening, guys, the day number 2 on Montreal Canadiens. We're going to bring you most information I can get from different website and then read at left, read at right. But Will could have it. Beck, I'm afraid, is on the downswing, Pete Martin. I will not do that. Beck, only player who can win face-off. Sad cause rest or less. Beck is not creative enough for Bolduc. Need to try Kapanen there, Mark Elliott. Trent style of play game. Newhook is a younger player, and Newhook with Doc. I was never big on Beck anyways. Where Beck drafted play a lot last season. Winger, what nice to work on versatility, but okay. Bob, no. Yes and no, Bob. He played the playoff more as a winger because of Kapanen, but he plays center a lot of time. But we have to wait a lot of prospect to make a big trade. Crosby, Newhook, and Beck are not offensive for Gary Conroy. Crosby said he is not available for trade. You're right about that. Carl Dubas said, I stick with my plan. I'm going to rebuild. So that's something we have to follow up for sure. Sans la coupe, a lot of blood to trade for Crosby. Yeah, I don't know. It would be a good trade for Montreal if they trade for Sidney Crosby, but we have to wait. Now, for Owen Beck, guys, I will tell you one more thing. Be patient with him. He's still 21 years old. Another great year this year with Laval are going to helping him. And we'll see if Kapanen, Beck, or Florent Jacquet make the team this year or not. Day number 2 is over. This is what's happening, guys. We'll go back on this area of the Montreal Canadiens Habs. We want to talk about. Here we go, guys. Now we talk about the game. The camp number 2 is over. Crosby new is this one he signed his new deal. What the plan was in Pittsburgh. Yeah, nothing wrong for Crosby in Pittsburgh, by the way. But don't expect to have a great year and to accept what's happening there. So he wants him at Pittsburgh. He loved to be in at Pittsburgh Penguin. It's all good. I have no problem with that part for me. But you have to accept, like others players, that team's going to be more on the rebuild for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Crosby will decide where he goes, not the best for that. Here we go, guys. Mike Madison negotiation. He wants to stay, and Montreal Canadiens want him. That's the reality behind that. And you maybe not like him, but Montreal Canadiens need Mike Madison. That's maybe sad to say that, but right now Mike Madison is a great defenseman for the Montreal. He is 32 years old, UFA, could ask for $6 million, could sign for 4 or 5 years. He will accept, like Sidney Crosby, he accept for Pittsburgh, any role for the team. Third pairing, but Martin Saint-Louis and the group of the staff coaching in Montreal likes and they know the value of Mike Madison. So at the end, we have to wait what could happen, and how much he's going to get, and if Montreal want to keep him. Crosby, the benefit does not match the investment for the little amount of time he will play. I agree with you. Thank PS. Welcome back, by the way. But sure is a lot of Crosby. West agree, Kapanen, not easy last year. 3-team country. You're right about that, Pete. You worry Coley is a bit injury prone, the coach chat. But last year he missed 55. He played 55 games, I believe. The year before that, he played 70 games. So it's not prone, but he plays some time to expose for injuries. Now, finally, he put him on the left side. No right side anymore. I think for me, it's happened sometime, but I don't say I call him a prone for that. It's just part of the game. We need Engstrom, Rebacker need more time in Laval. Crosby is the face of the NHL still 20 years until his career. Media talking more about Crosby than McDavid. But it's been there, of course, for that. Pete, no, 2 freak accident. The blade accident, a guy fell on him like Evans on the face. Often shit happen for Bob. That's why the reason I don't consider him as a prone anyway. So they go to a negotiation. Here's my projection, guys. For him. He's 32 years old. He's going to get a 2-year deal at $6 million for the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal want to keep him around. He's a leader. He brings a lot on the table for the Montreal Canadiens. off ice and on ice. And until Lane Hutson, 2 more years. Until Kaden Coley, 2 more years. Until Strubble, Jekai, Rebacker, Engstrom, 2 more years. The Montreal Canadiens need Mike Madison. That's the reality. Like him or not like him is okay. But Mike Madison is part of the play a specific role, a little bit like David Savard did for a couple of years. He's going to be on the transition, and why he will accept 2 years and not 4, 5, 6 years somewhere else. You're right about that. But he loved Montreal. He back home. He have a family. He's going to be 34, 35 years old at the end of his contract. And then he can decide. Sometimes the common sense is better at only money. He already make millions of dollars. Like David Savard, they have an after career. And imagine Mike Madison example. He said, okay, I got five-year deal at $6 million, 6.5. That would guarantee me $30 million. I'm going to New York Islanders example. After it's over, he have to have a job. Mike, like David Savard, Mike Madison can get a full-time job for his rest of his career with the Montreal Canadiens, his life. That's some point when you hit 35, when you have kids at 7, 8, 9 years old, everything changed. The perspective, life is changing. The maturity, and of course, you already make money. I don't think Mike Madison to add $20 more million on his pocket is his first priority in his life. I could be wrong here. They maybe give him an extra year, 3 years deal. But this is my perception about him. For him. So, I think for me, this is a new deal for the new direction with Mike Madison. Crosby would be almost 40 in 2 years. I think Veneno will play center for 9 at the beginning of the season. Coley got now a rough up by Florian today. Wesh is practice, rien là, but good on the Florian grits. Bob, then RJ Calabro consists to deliver some information. Slick, there are no way he is getting $6 million. Max, he would get a 3.5 prediction or hey, coach, didn't you know, said he would cost a Caufield or Suzuki Coley for Dobson. Not a chance he get that. No, I never said that. No, if you talk about me, I said that would cost Caufield or Dobson. I'm not allowed. About that. It will not get 3.5, guys. I think you have to realize, guys, which player right now get money at UFA or RFA under $4 million. Provorov from the Columbus Blue Jacket. Well, go get all the money they gave this year as a defenseman. If Dumoulin and CC get $4 million in NHL, and now you're telling me Mike Madison is going to get $3.5 million? Does not make sense at all. Not make sense at all. It's a minimum $6 million to get Mike Madison next year in the UFA. The salary cap increasing at over $1 million next year. The salary cap, the money for the players is not going down. It's going to get up, Sticky. I completely disagree with you. Crosby would be 39 and won his current deal, and late birthday August Crosby can play a high level 3 more seasons. He would pass Yager first time and point. I'm not sure he's going to do it with them. I would give Martin 3 years to two-team option, and just in case Rebecca and some solid year. Yeah, that's the reason I give him 2 years, but we have to wait. Yeah, Madison would want a $6-7 million. See, getting $4 million is crazy, Mark. Yeah, that's my point. I want to bring about Mike Madison. Let's move on, and that's bring David Savard. David Savard get a new role. David Savard retired this year for a couple of reasons. First, family. Second, doesn't want to quit Quebec. He want his kid learn French. He want to be there. Third, he got a new job. He's teaching privately. Defenseman. He was with the Quebec Handball yesterday or today. He worked with his agent to be a private defenseman for all the players he has under him. Thirdly, he could become a private coach with the Montreal Canadiens, not associate at full time, and he can take care about his kid for at least 1 year. Decide to do that at 35 years old. Think about Mike Madison. I just talked to you about this a couple of minutes ago. That's a copycat. David Savard and Mike Madison. I could be wrong here, but that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm thinking about this. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. I appreciate that. Let's face it, Coach. If you make $40 million in live, you should be able to place that money and work at any time you want to do. You're absolutely right about that, Maurice. You maybe not have to work. Crosby, 235 points away from second all-time in point, and he will have all his points with one team in Pittsburgh. David Savard may be able to teach our guys how to block shot, because you have to watch it. He does not get too much money, because next year, if Rebecca is ready or Engstrom, they have to be able to move that contract. You have no contract, slick next year. Mike Madison, UFA. You don't have to. You have to move that contract. Mark is a beast, Billy. All I know for sure is that if Carrier is on the bottom pairing D, you have a very good decor A2. Most prospective players are coming from Canada and the U.S. Butch Bob. I mean, listen to what Eminem said himself. Money is not all the team is like his home. Here we go. That's what I said. I want to talk about what happened today. I talk about the camp guys. We know yesterday we talked about Celebrity and Lane Hutson. We have a special player guy, Lane Hutson. Like, at the beginning of the day, Martin Saint-Louis skate them a lot. Like, could be that at some point he was in the corner and he was like, sit on his butt, try to breathe. You have other player was in bend, and you can see that. But sometimes one image set is all. What that image, guys? You have the 48, Lane Hutson. Still stand up, play with the puck, and all the players are at the bench, try to recover from the skating. They take water, they hang on the board, some do exercise, but you have one player, Lane Hutson, skating left and right with a puck, like that's just a skating. That's normal. that's Lane Hutson. This is him. This is what we got from Lane Hutson, guys. It's unbelievable. Madison is already multi-millionaire. I think he would love to stay in Montreal, accepting a fair offer for that. Accepting a fair offer. Yeah, pay. The market is at $5-6 million. Bob, sorry about that. Driving by greatness, Lane Hutson. St. Louis one goalie with Hutson and Medicine trust goalie more. Passion et ambitious. I predict Hudson 65 points last year. You need it, PS. So I'll just give you an idea, guys, about Lane Hudson. Let's move on. We have an happy player, guys. Patrick Laine is ready. Patrick Laine, I don't know what happening to him, what kind of transformation he got. He got married. He's still in Montreal. He on his final year contract. He took care about his body, his health. He was on the ice many, many times. He wanted to have a great year with the Montreal Canadiens. He loved to play in Montreal. Martin Saint-Louis said he's happy for him. He said, when you love the game, you're passionate about the game, and you motivate, he said, this is easy for a coach to have a player like that. And that's what you get right now with Patrick Laine. I don't know the future. I don't know what he look like. We don't know what Kirby Duck will look like too. But at least it's fun to hear and to see a Laine happy. And we'll see what he's going to do. He has the potential to score 40 goals. He did it before. And he's a big body, 6'5". He had one of the little weapon shot like no one has in NHL. Maybe top 5. And we have him. But we got him for 53 games last year. He scored 20 goals. Can he repeat? I don't know. But at least he show up with some kind of great intention with the Montreal Canadiens, and the fans and the team going to benefit to have Patrick Laine in the room. So we have to wait and see what he look like, but it's good news. You're right, A2 and N26. Standerman, welcome back. Lenny get married, so let's change him. So, again, we have to wait and see. Mac Lafleur, partial all the time, party all the time, smoke like a chimney sometime between shifts, but will still run 10 miles and be the first there and leave the last. Some guys are just built differently. Yeah, different. Yeah, right. But again, Patrick Laine ready will be interesting. Now, next thing. We have a lot to talk about. Oh, we have to create a timeout. 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 We have a trivia tonight. Let's go back to the trivia, guys. Question of the night. Which other NHL players, beside Anze Kopitar, has won both the Lady Bink and the second trophy 2 times? I forgot about that. They won 2 times each. So I can change it that. I will apologize right there. There we go. For that. Which players, other NHL player beside Anze Kopitar, has both played Lady Bink and the Suzuki trophy 2 times each? That person is in the house. Gagné. Bergeron. Bergeron. I have to look right now because now maybe my answer look bad. But let's see. Bob Gagné, Bergeron, Wayne Gretzky, Datsuk, PS Gretzky. Gagné never won the Lady Bank. Bergeron. Wait, for Dallas, last name start with L. Bergeron never win the Lady Bink. That's a cash fan. And so, guy is Pavel Tkachuk. And we have to give the credit for PS, was the first one. We're going to give a credit also for Mr. Cash Fan. Congratulations for all of you to do that. It was just a break. Carbono, Billy? No, no Carbono. Clearly, Doc is going to be a second center. But who is the third center for the Montreal Canadiens? Again, Brunner. Yeah, he did not. Doc is a second center, but who is the third center? Congratulations, PS. I'll be curious to know who is your third center for the Montreal Canadiens. I just wait to get some answer before I consider my way. Litinin, who is talking about Jerry Litinin. Just like the quiz, I got the answer wrong, and the man. New Hook, Pavel Bourré, Maurice. Evans, Triple W, Evans, Mark Elliott. Kapanen, Billy. Sandeman, Evans. New York for now. Veneno will progress to be a third center, Pete Martin. They are all the same, can switch every game. New York is the one at your face, Pete line. He played with Josh Gallagher. It's not. New York has to be on the wing from Mark. Guys, this is the biggest problem they have. My original show idea tonight, it was about a mulligan and hockey and golf. They can have a free pass to miss the playoff for the Montreal Canadiens. It was my first original thumbnail, everything. And I saw that. And then I changed a couple of hours ago about the plan of Martin St. Louis. But this is, guy, a big problem for the Montreal Canadiens. It's possible we get Suzuki, New Hook, Doc, or Dak New Hook, and Jake Evans. We have two center approximately below a 40% face-off. We have two center finished with minus 29 and minus 20. We have three center with a maximum of 36 point, 28 point, and 22 point. That's the reality right now here. And I don't want to give you an alarm, but we have to be honest each other. This is not a great line of center. They did the playoff last year. Understand that. Consequence about fun things like the New York Rangers, and 5 Atlantic Division team. But if you look, guys, Ottawa, Suzla, Cousin, and Pinto. Buffalo, Thompson, Norris, McLeod. Florida, Barkov, Bennett, Lundell. Tampa, Point, Cirelli, Paul. For me, and I can go with Toronto, Mathieu Tavares, Nicolas Roy, to be New Jersey, Shire, Jack Hughes. They use him as a winger too. But you know what I'm talking about right now. This is serious. Lake, welcome back in the house. Of course, Lake, hopefully see you more often, my friend. Thanks again. They will play them equally. But that's not a bad idea. I want Villano to be our best he can be, and no better place to do it than Montreal on board. If New York plays Dalek are both center, we won't win many face-off. Honestly, guys, we not only not win the face-off, we not win game and maybe miss the playoff. That's the reality behind that. Triple, I hope not. Villano, offense, Mark, yes, that's my third line, Billy. Did not have a second line center last season. Make the playoff. It's not excuse for this season. And now they have Dobson, Bodzik, and remove no one from the lineup. Mark Trubat, MSL said, except a clean win, lot can be won by winger jumping first on that loose pocket, which makes sense. You scaring me, coach. Triple the body after Marco with Celebrini. Demidov would be the play driver on the second line. If we can get him to puck, need to more face off. Villano with Martin Saint-Louis will finally give him a chance to flourish. He was Nikolai and Niklash. I don't even know why Villano is even there. If they miss the playoff because of no center line, center can use fail the team. It has almost 2 years to find a second center. Dak has been injured last 2 seasons. I disagree with you guys, and I'm going to repeat this. They can miss the playoff this year. It's all good. No problem with that part, in my opinion, because they are still a rebuilding team. And you cannot get a center just to get a center. You have to wait for the right opportunity. You cannot trade Caufield to get Bo or that. You cannot trade Caufield to get Robin Hines. You have to wait for the right opportunity. It did not show up. But for me, they can miss the playoff because it's a rebuilding team yet. Until they prove to me they can do in the playoff back-to-back. Season 26-27, next year, this is the year, is the starter of the playoff, year after year. But this year, I'm okay with the mulligan. This year, they can maybe not make the playoff, exactly like the Devils did a couple of years ago. In my opinion, we cannot say that they made the playoff, but they should not be in the playoff last year. That's the reality behind that. Because a team finished with a minus goal differential, a team with 91 points should not be in the playoff. Calgary did 96. Did not make the playoff. Minnesota and St. Louis did 96, 97 points in the Western Conference. a good year for the Rangers normally. The Montreal don't make the playoff. You cannot make the playoff on 91. So for me, yes, fun for the playoff. And if we do it again, that's great. But we cannot make it. It's okay. It's look like we are quicker on the rebuild team, but the reality is we're not there yet. We're missing piece of the puzzle. A second center, a third center, a right defenseman, a better, stronger goaltender. They can make the playoff, but it's not good enough. Mr. 07, I missed the playoff this year. Are you kidding me, coach? Rebuild is over. Go, Habs, go. I'm cutting it now. Montreal will finish over Toronto. I will make the playoff. They are better than last team, and the Eastern Conference is very not good. Mark my words. P.S. If you want my coach, Montreal will be over the leave. P.S. Well, Eisenman is not that dumb, Pete. Did you look at the decision? Senator better. Columbus closed at Habs. It might happen, Bob. Here we go. My point behind that is this part. Whenever the winger jumped to pick up the puck on the face-off, guys, he had 2 points and he had a couple of things. And I'm not an expert in hockey, guys. Far to be on the radio and on the TV like other people. They are like on the BPM or on the LDS or everything like that. But I like, I like to do search. I like to understand the facts about that. So if you study, the different stat in NHL does not lie. And I studied the playoff. I said to you, at least you need 250 goals. You have to give goal again, not more at 233. Always an exception. You're going to win. Yes, goal, but this. Guys, I'm talking about the 90% usually. 250, 233. Goal differential have to be plus 10 minimum. Plus 15, they are better chance to make the playoff. I'm talking about goal against, goal for. Now, let's move on. If you have a center, the second center, have a minimum of 40 points, minimum 40 points, the chance to make the playoff is over 75%. If you are a center under 40 points, the chance approximately 25% to 30%. If your two center are 50% more on the face-off, you have 80% chance to make the playoff. So when you check all those numbers, play and forward, many of them is again a Montreal Canadiens. Goals for, goal against, goal differential, face-off for what is coming this year, and the second center with less of 40 points. The facts are there, so don't be surprised they don't make the playoff. At least they have a dramatic change for the Montreal Canadiens, and the numbers are great. Goal for over 250. Goal again lost at 234. Goal differential plus 15. Face off, at least Doc Newhook hit 45 a plus. And then the second center from Montreal hit more of 40 points. If they do that, the chance to make the playoff is great. But how are they going to do that? I don't know. That said, if they don't make it, it's not end of the world. It's a process to consist what they are. They got lucky to be in the playoff, but you're not supposed to be in the playoff at 91 points. If they consist to improve this year, better last season, and they get closer to make the playoff. Again, many full game, and they consider to be good. But next year, 26-27, this is the year. Now you open the door, say now Montreal should make the playoff now. It's guaranteed what they have right now with the second center, and with that team they have, they're going to make the playoff. But right now, guys, for me, it's 50-50. That's what we are. And we'll see what's happening there. A lot of people in the comment, I know Bob, but you have Habs special. Kirby Dak has been chosen for second line center, as not he coach. He was supposed to be that center. Stop guessing, coach, and enjoy the ride. It's not guessing, guys. It's the number of that. That said, it's not negative. I want to be realistic. I'm studying now all the NHL draft right now in the last 25 years. When those numbers be out, I'm going to give you another fact of what's happening. And that's the real thing. There are reasons why the Tampa Bay Lightning go year after year in the playoff. There are reasons why the Toronto go in the playoff year after year. That's the reason why Buffalo don't go to the playoff year after year. There are reasons why Detroit try to go to the playoff year after year. But TV does not make it just look at Renaud Lavoie. Red Wings, Tom McLaren, head coach, has his work cut out. Good luck. Not West for sure. Need to better. Sir, guy and early prepare. You got the look. Maurice, the reality is the Senator are better than us and the depth on the center side, but we are better on the back ends for that one. The Habs had 3 or 4 blowout game again. Them wish cause Goats Frenchy to be the negative. If they can avoid blowout, the Habs have a chance to improve this year. They should improve. Each year is a new chance for players to show what they can do. I still have some hope that Doc and New York can much better. No doubt they could be. Otherwise, not better than us. Renaud Lavoie is an expert at jumping on the bandwagon of whichever team is favorite to that year. I agree with that one, RJ Calabro. Just give you an idea, guys, last week. And it's not against him. I really like Georges Larac as a person, right? And Georges Larac last week said Montreal is not going to make the playoff. Like this, he said he's not going to make the playoff. And yesterday, he guaranteed Montreal to make the playoff now. So the radio work with rating, right? The rating, the show high, more people watch them, whatever it is. And they change sometime or the controversy because they want the people to watch them more. That said, I'm not sure if he's an expert or not, but that's funny when you hear that. Pete sound right, 55. I think that one, with no injuries, we could finish first in the Atlantic. I see between Florida and Toronto and Ottawa would be wild card. Wow. You don't see Tampa Bay Lightning, guys? And that? Why you going to not? Why you don't put Tampa Bay Lightning guys on the top 3 in the NHL? For that. Triple Larac should be an altar. Anyway, guys, I just want to share with you about that. One thing I want to share with you more, guys, is Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki interview in French today. I've been a part of the Montreal Expos, and many times they would say, if the player stay 5, 6, 7 years, why does not speak the language? At least try to make an effort to speak French. And Nick Suzuki, he understood that to be a captain in Montreal, you don't have to be speaking French, but it would be a plus to talk in French. For the last 3 years, he learned French. He's able today to make an interview in French. So I have to give him credit for that. It's not about the language, French, English, guys. But I want to give credit for the personality of who he is, Nick Suzuki. Some fans was not agree with the selection of Nick Suzuki, and that's okay. But for me, I want to recognize that for Nick Suzuki to be able to speak a little bit in French and to be able to make an interview in French, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good for that one. PS Scratch, PS, I forgot Tampa. The Jason, okay, mine, Georges Larac, except I'm of the old fans that like the player to learn the language. Senator goaltending is superior to Montreal Pete. The player can relate better to the fans, and the fans just love someone what he would adjust to the culture. Great point, Seth. So anyway, don't forget, guys, to click on the like. But great to know about Nick Suzuki. We are already at 12, 12, 10, 12. Well, I'm right now, go everywhere. There we go. That's what I'm supposed to do. We did the Montreal Canadiens news and then NHL news. We talk about the Montreal Canadiens camp too. We talk about the subject of the night, the plan of Martin St. Louis. So we get over everything, guys, about that. We have to finish a couple of things here. And the first one here is about the clash. We're going to go to the clash. Maurice, I personally like to listen to François Gagnon than any others. Guys, I know I'm going to say something. It's a coach. Come on, be better. It's difficult for me with my schedule, everything, to watching everything on the RDS and the BPM and whatever. But I cannot stand for Kirill, MR, whatever last name. I cannot. I don't know why she's on the TV. Whatever she bring all the stat and analytic number for Sport LG. But come on. At some point you have to be smart. But it is what it is. We love you, coach. You're welcome, 007. It is what happened. Here we go. Bob Smith, Nick, and their first 2 years at the rebuild, both with 50-plus game injury, never complained for Nick Suzuki. First one, guys, tonight. It's really interesting what I did tonight. It's a little bit all over the map. Absolutely or not allowed. Regression for the Oilers and the Capitals, Washington. Do you think both teams are going to go down for the upcoming season? So less point. Washington, I believe they did 111 points last season for the Capitals. And the Edmonton did 101 point. Do you think on the standing they're going to have less point overall? Billy, absolutely for him. Regression, absolutely. I feel the same way. I prefer watching game in the French because the guys are more honest about play, good or bad, whatever they say. And just like the Montreal for TSN, some exaggerate, some criticize even for learning English before French. Jeez, yes, look, absolutely, Captain Moore, the Oilers for 007 too. So I think we feel the same way. We think the Montreal, the Oilers and the Capitals going to go that direction. When you try to observe everything was going on around the NHL, try to make some prediction left and right. Capitals, everything was fit together last year. The Ovechkin 44 goal, the inclusion of the Dubois, McMichael, Prodas, the defense goaltending was excellent. And the coach was great. But I don't see that. I would not be surprised the Capitals lost 11, 13 points this year in the standing. I still believe they're going to make the playoff. But to play like they did last year, I don't see that. Edmonton Oilers transformation there. We know what McDavid Rossalo can do. They still have the same goaltender. They, you know, Kane, Advison, Skinner. They left the building. Perry. Injury still with Hyman at the beginning of the season. I still believe they will be close to 100, but I see regression overall for them. Absolutely for Mark also. Less point, absolutely Pete Martin, the Capitals, I think for sure. Butch, absolutely for PS. You mean Karen, Emma, Maurice. Yeah, something like that. I think her name was Kirill, but could be Karen. Kirill, here we go. Look, Kirill. Utah, more point que Montreal. I tried to not repeat the same question. I believe I did it, but I cannot remember. So, Utah, last year, 89 points in NHL. Montreal finished with 91 points. Montreal had great player for the upcoming season. Utah did the same thing with Puerto Rico example. They are two teams similar. They look the same. When you look at that, I think Montreal are better skilled, talented. But do you think Utah can make more points next year? When I used to listen to PPM, she was not there. PS 103 point and 106. So Edmonton more point next season at PS. That's why I said some exaggerate. Not allowed for Billy, not allowed for PS. Not allowed, I think, Montreal over Utah. Football 21, the Bills. Not allowed, triple, not allowed. Utah, absolutely, for stand the man. It's more flip coin, but let's see. Not allowed, 007. Right about that, Zev, you better and me. I have difficult time with Thailand people, Thailand language. Not allowed, it will solve a second center problem. And Mark, Jerry, welcome from Sweden. Are those Canadian players join the respective team like a Carter, Hart, and then others? No, Jerry. Look like right now they're not looking that. Edmonton said no. Ottawa said no. Montreal said no. Edmonton said no. So I think Carolina right now want to open the door for two players, Carter Hart and McLeod. But we have to wait for that one over there, Jerry. Not allowed. Good night, Gary. Next one, guys. The Kings will win a playoff series. That was a good one. For that. I wish Ron would be with us. The King guys, 105 points last year. Great year. Gold differential of 44, 250 gold, 206. But the problem, every time they play against the Edmonton Oilers. Not allowed, Jerry. The NHL going to let them play after December 1st, but the problem is if the team wants it. Definitely, Jerry, some team going to get some players. I think for me, material NHL is Fomenton and Hart, Dubé, McLeod, he was in and out, was young, and then Foot, I'm not sure. Now, look, Kings absolutely stand the man. How many years? Yeah, this year there's been a good since Dano came. Maybe last round for Capital, absolutely. They have been clear, yes, but they've been clear on December 1st. Not allowed for Billy about the Kings. The next one, next 5 years, Dallas or Carolina win a Stanley Cup. Good question. Can the Dallas or Canada Hurricane win the Stanley Cup in the next 5 years? Pete Martin, yes, absolutely. For the Kings, Pete, I think maybe the Kings will win a playoff series, Butch. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be back. Now, tomorrow, guys, I have two options. The Blue Jays game or the Montreal Canadiens. It's all depend what's happening at the Montreal Canadiens day. I will decide if we do that or the Blue Jays for the race of the playoff. But stay tuned. We'll be back anyway tomorrow night to do a show. That's a tough one. Not allowed. Absolute triple. Absolute PS. Now, look at Hutson. Absolute. It's a tough one, yeah. Dallas, Carolina are two teams. The last 3 years, they go to the Final Four, but they cannot make the Stanley Cup. They are stopped by the Edmonton Oilers or the Florida Panthers or the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nicolas, salut mon homme, de retour avec nous ce soir. La dernière, Nicolas. Nashville Predator finish at the bottom 3 on NHL. Not allowed, Claude. Dallas should, Pete Martin. The Nashville last year, guys, finished 4th, I believe. They finished 3rd. Can they repeat again? Can the Nashville finish at the bottom 3? Can one good scorer away, Bob Smith? You know, when I do the not allowed, Mark, I'm doing right now a research for the NHL draft. I'm shocked to see players make 600 game, 500 game, and they was drafted by other team. Like, I saw at least 10 or 12 minimum. They was drafted by the team, and they never played for the team, and they play 500 game in NHL. Not allowed. Nashville not allowed. Interesting for sure. Montreal should get Philip Forsberg, Jerry. It's funny, Jerry, I talked about Philip Forsberg early in Nashville. Claude, absolutely, exactly, Jerry. Nashville, bottom 3. Pete Martin, not allowed. Pittsburgh, Chicago, I think another team was going to thank San Jose, PS. Not allowed for Nashville. Now, if you look about that, guys, Nashville, Chicago, San Jose, Pittsburgh, and the Kraken. They have to be on those 4 teams. There would be a race to the bottom this year for McKenna. You're right about that, Mark, for that. And that's how we did another great show tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the show at the Hockey Nation. I'll be right back, of course, tomorrow night for the baseball or for another Frenchy quiz. It was a pleasure to be with all of you tonight. We want to thank 2 super shots, 2 goals tonight. Bart scored a goal. And then we have Roger Delaney did that. Mr. Roger Calabro, the news and update. And Mr. Ron at the moderator. And all of you click on the live tonight. We're missing 1 or 2 to reach 40. The Thursday has always been a quiet night overall. And we are right now the beginning of the season. Don't forget sharing that. Do you really think Coach tell the team to lose? No, they never do that. They just organize to go that way by trading players at the traded line. So Toronto did it with the Austin Matthews raise. You're welcome, 007. You're welcome, Billy. Jerry, Great show. You was welcome, Cash. Jimmy, welcome in the house. Jimmy Simon. I think that's the first time, Jimmy, you're in the house, by the way. Nicola, Triple W, Bob, Zeph, and the great people talk each other a lot. When the people exchange, and you know, that's a great thing to hear that. It's fun to know that. Zeph, what city are you in the Philippines, by the way? And that's all we got tonight, guys. And that's who we are every single night. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Merci, mon Butch. Thank you, Butch and Mr. Luc Lapartine, RJ Calabro. Thanks so much for all of you. Be well, be L. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second app or what? Someone said 2025. It was a pleasure to be all with you tonight. And I can wait to see you tomorrow night. Until then, my friend, enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, some sports start tomorrow, guys. The QM start, the CHL start, the NCAA is coming soon. The college football, the NFL, the race of the playoff. You have many things to watch, guys, and it's fun to talk about. I can't wait to talk about everything tomorrow night. What's going on? Thanks, Mr. 007, to be with us tonight. Zeph, Bob Smith, consider talking each other. Good night, Mr. Marquette. Always a pleasure to see you around. And all your support you bring at the Hockey Nation Live Show. The Hockey Nation, the Ab Nation, and all the animals in the jungle of Thailand want to tell you one thing. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night for another Hockey Nation. The fun Friday night, maybe with the Blue Jays, maybe with the Hockey Nation. Good night, Luc Lapartine. Good night, Claude Richard. Maurice. Yes, time for breakfast. Time for the gym. Ozio. Salut, mon homme. Bonne nuit, mon Nicolas. Bouillard.